What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another video, and today I'll be talking about my top 10 Cydia tweaks, and I'm going to try to get through them very fast. If you want the full reviews on all these will be coming out this week or have already come out, and I've been slacking on Cydia tweaks since I've been doing other videos, testing things out. So tell me how my other videos are and rank them on a scale of 1 to 10. Tell me how my reviews are, and then give them, say, a 9 or a 1, and then after that, tell me how my Clash of Clans videos are. Give them a 5 or a 50, I don't know. It's up to you, scale it however you want. Just tell me how they are so far. In any case, let's get to our first 10 tweaks, or just 10 tweaks in general. So the first one I'm going to be talking about is actually really famous. It's called Oxxo Tube. So last year back in iOS 6, Oxxo came out, and it basically made your switcher awesome to an extreme level. Oxxo 2 did the exact same thing, as you can see here. Voila, we have our amazing switcher, but it's meshed into the middle with Control Center meshed on the outside, so that's fairly interesting. That little clean button in the background actually isn't part of this tweak, it's part of the next tweak I'll be talking about, but let's get to Oxxo 2 itself. So way up here, as you can see, we have a variety of toggles, and we can turn on and turn off whatever we want depending on what we have set inside of the Control Center. Swiping upward gets rid of the application, and of course swiping downward brings you to the application, so swiping downward isn't completely useless anymore. Then of course down here we have our typical shortcuts, but that's not all. So you're wondering, where the heck are the typical media controls that Oxxo usually contains? Well, if you swipe upward, there you have it. We have our brightness slider on the, can I even call it a slider? Brightness circle on the left, and of course our volume circle on the right. Our media controls are in the middle, and if we were playing media, then of course we could simply see the title of the song and whatnot down here. So I'm going to quickly go over some of the settings that are inside of this application. Alright, so inside of the application, let's scroll down and go down to Oxxo 2 as a new little icon. Whoops, wrong one. And there you go. So from here on out, we have a variety of things that we can turn on and turn off depending on what we want. I believe it doesn't require a respring. No, it does not. So here we can have multi-center, quick switcher enabled, hot corners, and of course advanced options. If you want to see me mess around with the advanced options and all that good stuff, then stay tuned for the full review. It's lagging a bit, and what do you do when your thing is lagging? Well, you go ahead and clean up some of the applications. So instead of sitting here and swiping up on all these applications, no matter how fun Oxxo 2 is, it's still a pretty boring job. So instead we have this nice little button back there, courtesy of the tweak called Clear Background Apps, and basically, as you can see, all my background apps are gone, just like that. It's very simple, very easy to use, and if you don't want Oxxo 2, then I highly suggest you use that because it's very, very useful. So that's pretty much it for that tweak. Let's move on to number 3. It's also fairly awesome as well because of the fact that we're lazy and we don't want to swipe through all these pages. So what do? We go into Spotlight, and as you can see, this is called List Launcher 7, and inside of these settings you can actually set certain settings for this, obviously, but at the moment it's set to default, which is all the applications that you typically have on your iPhone. It has built directly into the Spotlight. Better yet, it's in alphabetical order, so as you can see right here, I got my App Store, got Clash of Clans, I got Cydia, all that good stuff, and I can simply click on any of those and it will bring me directly to the application. That's called List Launcher 7. If you're interested, then go ahead and get this tweak. The tweak we'll be talking about is called Mobius, and it's actually a fairly old tweak, and the name has nothing to do with what it can do. I just really like the feature. It makes me kind of, I don't know, it just does. So as you can see, typically to get to our last page we'd have to swipe a bajillion times and finally get there, but with this tweak we can scroll on forever. So scroll, and that's basically all this tweak does, but trust me, it's really useful if you have some important apps on your left page over there, and yeah, go get this tweak as you wish. Sucks at math. Well, I think this developer finally figured out a way to get us all smarter at, I don't know, simple math. So as you can see right here, in order to unlock my device, I need to answer a question. So the question is, 10 times 1 is... I don't know what that is. I'm sorry guys, I don't know. Comment below what that is. Okay, fine. Alright, so basically then you would type in 00 and then the 10. and it will unlock your iPhone. Now, the average person who would look at this, they'd be like, what the heck, why is your iPhone asking you a question? But you would know that, oh, it's just a simple way of unlocking it. Yes, you can still use your password, and if you want to get this tweak because you love math and or hate math and or want to make your parents proud, then feel free to get it. It is called Math Pass. Let's talk about SpeedIntensifier. I did review this a little while back, and it's pretty famous because it speeds up all your animations, legitimately all your animations. So try to take a look at the slide to unlock logo. Do you see how the little lighting up thing only happens for about 2 seconds? Usually it'll go nice and slow. Well, that's one of the animations, but it also speeds up, say, how fast your icons jiggle whenever the heck you hold down one of your applications. It also speeds up animations in general. Now, showing this on an iPhone 5 is ridiculously, or what am I saying? iPhone 5, guys, an iPhone 4 is ridiculously hard, so that's why I won't really be able to show you, but I will show you some of the settings that you can get with this. And if you want to make your iPhone 5 or 5S faster, then feel free to get this tweak. So let's go down to SpeedIntensifier. That is not SpeedIntensifier. I'm failing this video, guys. Alright, so here you go. From here on out, you can quadruple your expectations and put exclamation points after those. Then finally, you have the normal, which is the 0. Then you have ×2, double the speed, ×3, ×4, ×5, ×6, ×7, ×8, ×9. And finally, infinity. I highly suggest you don't do that. I tried that, and I don't know whether to call this thing fast or just, I don't know. And then finally, if you want your icon wiggle to stay normal, you want to go ahead and enable that, obviously. So that's pretty much it for this tweak. Once again, it is called SpeedIntensifier. Let's move on. Tweak, we have actually a really thoroughly built and very fancy tweak that I can't necessarily show you due to the fact that my voice will stop recording if I go into the camera application, which is why I won't, but I will show you some of the things you can do directly from the settings. So from here on out, this tweak actually allows you to build a complete photoshopping tool or like a photo editing tool directly into your camera application. And in order to do this, you'd go on to Cydia, download Rendaria, I believe that's how you pronounce it, and then you go ahead and enable whichever thing you want. So from here on out, you can enable filter, you can have the adjustment, effect, blur effect, rotate, clipping, resize, curve, even a sticker one, emoticon, text. So this basically makes it more like a Android camera, unlike a simplistic iOS camera. So if you want all these features built into your camera application, feel free to get this tweak, enable all these amazing things, and respring and everything shall work out. Really cool. It's actually called ArticOn, and it doesn't just work with the music application, it works with a variety of applications. And I found this really cool is because it takes your album artwork. As you can see, I'm listening to Bastille Cat Crazy remix, and we're gonna go back to our icons. If you take a look at my music icon way out into my dock, it's on the second right in case you don't have eyes or something, you can see that it basically took that album artwork and meshed it directly into the icon itself. This is actually really awesome because it doesn't just go for music, it also goes for videos, and it goes for, I don't know, a variety of applications. I haven't tested it out fully, but remember, I'm just giving you simple overviews, so if you want this tweak, and I'm guessing you definitely do, it is called ArticOn, and I hope my voice is recording because I'm trying to play music and, of course, record my voice at the same time. Alright, let's move on to our next Cydia tweak. Entire time you were probably wondering what the heck is up with this kid's UI. Why the heck is his music application's background yellow? Why is his settings application yellow as well? Well, I did it because I felt like doing it. No, I'm kidding. Actually, this is called what is it called? YouIColors, as it would be called. And of course, if you enable it, you can actually choose the color that you see throughout iOS. Now, say you want this inside of your settings application, but you don't want it in your photos application, then of course you can backlist applications, but you do need to respring, which is why I'll just be showing you what you can do inside of the settings. The tweak itself is all just everywhere on my screen, so you can see what it does. So enable or disable color SMS bubbles. So this thing will change your SMS bubbles to the color of the background, and you might not be able to see your text messages as easily, so I suggest you turn this thing on because that turns your SMS bubbles black. Then of course you can disable Springboard, you can turn on the color keyboard option, which also turns your keyboard into the same color as your UI. Then of course you can set the color itself. So from here on out, you have every color imaginable to the human eye. Personally, I think I like somewhere near the middle, some color near the middle, maybe like this or this. If you make it too dark, it just doesn't look right. Trust me on that. But yes, you can also pick your secondary color, which is usually meant for things like your, see that right there, top left where it says YouIColors. It's usually meant for just text. Then of course you can set text color, which I highly suggest you keep black, so it doesn't glitch out. Finally, you can also set your what am I saying? You can set your status bar style, and you might just want to get this tweak simply for the status bar style, since you can change it back to iOS's typical black. You can also switch it to white, your secondary color, text color, and of course smart, which blends it in with iOS itself. Finally, you can save presets, so maybe one day you're feeling great and you want to keep it yellow, another day you're not feeling that great and you want to keep it black. Yep, you can go ahead and do that. Finally, you can backlist applications by simply enabling the backlist or checking them or unchecking them. Alright, so that's YouIColors. Let's move on to our final Cydia tweak. And I did mention it, so basically, as you can see, my dock is now blurred out, and of course I have this little I don't even know what to call it, this little spiral thingy. And yes, you can click on the side application, so say I were to bring settings over here, I can still click on it, it'll bring it forward and open up settings. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and check out the settings for this tweak. So we're going to go back, scroll down, and find the name of the Cydia tweak, which is of course DockRoll. It used to be something else, and then now it's DockRoll. So from here on out, you can actually enable it. You can also set it so it's continuous. You can also allow paging, and you can mess around with all those things on your own. And then of course you can go deeper into everything. Say you want to fully customize this tweak, you can set icon spacing, scroll speed, perspective, cover flow, and of course the main part, which is of course what type you want. So say I want inverted rotary, there you go, that's what it looks like. It's really cool. Maybe a little harder to use than you'd expect, but it's something that you keep for a day, show off as much as possible, and then sort of like delete, but whatever, it still does what needs to be done. And I'll show you one more flippy for the name of, I don't know, Flappy Bird. So this is basically just icons flipping. It's really cool. Anyhow guys, I hope you enjoyed my overview of all these tweaks, and if you want to go ahead and get DockRoll, there are many more options in which you can choose from. Yeah, that's gonna be it. That was 10 Cydia tweaks for April 2014. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'm really sorry I wasn't able to do a video in a while, at least a top 10, and that's completely my fault and not yours. I will attempt to make more Cydia tweak videos in the coming weeks. Thank you for watching. Please like this video and or subscribe. This is going to be me, locking off.